Alright, I got a lot of A24 titles, and I think it's finally time that I owe you guys a collection video talking about all my A24 titles. Sorry, my camera did not want to. There we go. But I'm also going to do the actual A24 titles that you can buy off their website, but I'm also going to show you the Lionsgate slipcover ones that I have. Not because I feel I have them organized here, and we'll talk about all those in a minute. But let's start with the Lionsgate collector's editions, or not the Lionsgate, the A24 collector's edition. So I've really gotten into collecting these, and I buy one of these a month because there's so many of them, and they are a little pricey, but you get good stuff to them. So first one we have here is Marty Supreme. Great movie. I actually rewatched this as soon as I got the 4K because this is one I really want to go see twice in the theater. But the annoying thing is when I really love an A24 movie and I want to go see it in the theater a second time, it just does not happen because they're so like quick and gone movies that it's like, how do I find the time? And it was Christmas time when that came out, so it never worked out for me to see it a second time. But it was really great rewatching that. A Different Man. This is a very unique Sebastian Stan movie. This was the movie. He came out, I think, the year that that Donald Trump biopic movie he was in. Yeah, it says 2024. That's a great movie, by the way. But this movie is a stronger performance. It has great makeup and unique things about it. Very strange movie. But yeah, that's one that like the Trump movie overshadowed him in that movie. And in Thunderbolts too. So I saw the TV Glow, which is a really interesting movie because I saw this movie and I'll be honest, like I didn't get it. And then someone explained to me, oh, no, it's a trans allegory. And I'm like, I felt really stupid because, you've all this channel. But I thought that was it's a good movie. I rewatched it a second time, understood it a little bit better, and it made the experience a little bit stronger. So we got Friendship. This is one of my favorite A24 movies right here. This is one of my favorite comedies ever right now. Just as someone who went through a toxic friendship with somebody, not like this, not exactly like in this movie, it's different, but the kind of friendship where you have this person who brings you out of your echo chamber, or not echo chamber, your comfort zone, and you really like them, and then you realize the whole thing's just toxic, and it's a really funny movie. Paul Rudd and Tim Robbins are great in this movie. So if you have not seen that, I recommend that one. I love that movie. So it's not for everybody though, so be warned if you're not like a Tim Robbins fan. I don't know how much you're gonna get it, but Queer. This is a great Daniel Craig movie. Great performance from him. Don't really like the name of that movie because it's like, hey, I'm watching Queer. Oh, that sounds a little wrong, but okay. The Brutalist. This is an incredible movie. This is one of my new favorite movies ever, maybe. This movie's so good. I saw this twice in the theater. Definitely had to go see it in IMAX. Actually, no, I think I saw this 3 times in the theater. And I've honestly thought about rewatching it recently. Just so many great moments. Very powerful movie. Love that movie. And also that movie, I feel like relates a lot to a lot of things right now because the immigrant struggle, which is always a thing in society, I guess. But that's a big conversation right now. So, Highest to Lowest. I haven't watched this 4K yet. I did see this in the theater. This is a pretty good Spike Lee movie. I'm waiting to rewatch this to when the Criterion sale happens, because when the Criterion sale happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Akira Kurosawa version, which is what this is a remake of, and then I'm going to watch them together. So that's a great movie though, but I do kind of want to watch them back to back, see what I think about them, because I meant to watch that movie before the Akira Kurosawa one. I meant to watch the Akira Kurosawa one before that came out, but thing was I could have bought the Blu-ray of the Criterion, but then they're like, oh, we're doing a 4K, but it released after the movie came out, and I was like, fuck, that sucks. Death of a Unicorn. This is a movie that is very, very weird, very bizarre. and I like it quite a bit. But I definitely can understand it why it does not connect with everybody. So there's that one. Ooh, this one's a fun one. If I had legs, would. I. If I had legs, I'd kick you. I have not seen this movie. I have no clue what this movie is. When it went up, so I'm trying to collect all these, like I said. So when they put up a new A24 title up for pre-order, I just pre-order. I don't question it. So some of these I have not seen. This movie is funny story. If you don't know, obviously I'm handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair, right? I'm missing a leg, right? And so when I signed up for the A24 membership, which you should sign up, by the way, if you love A24, that is. If you don't, like, it's whatever. But anyways, I thought it was funny that the first movie they sent me tickets for was this, and it wasn't playing anywhere near me, so I never got to see it in the theater. But very ironic, right? Missing a leg, and then you're sending me a title like that. So I haven't seen it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I meant to watch it actually this week, but it's tomorrow's my birthday. I worked the next 3 days. I worked yesterday. I didn't work today, but I was doing birthday stuff, and then I got family moving in and out. It's madness right now. Legend of Ochi. This is one I just bought today at Barnes & Noble. Time recording this video on everything about there. This movie is not as good as I thought it would be, but I did want to have this, and I'm excited to revisit that and see if it grows on me. You know, I like fantasy stuff, so that's cool. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. This is a good movie right here. This is a like kind of documentary-esque movie about like these shell people, and it's a really sweet movie. I really like that movie. If you have not seen that, I recommend that. This is one that failed at the box office, which sucked because this movie is really good, and maybe one of the few movies with Dwayne The Rock Johnson that I like. The Smashing Machine is just so good. I really like this movie. Very emotional movie, and I really enjoyed that movie. And then last one we got here is one I haven't seen yet. Sing, which I need to spend some time checking out. So, yeah, that's all my A24 titles that are, actually ones they release themselves into their website. Now let's go on to the Lionsgate stuff, but let's start with one that's not a Lionsgate one. That's kind of an odd one out here. Has-Been Hotel on Blu-ray. I don't know what company put this out, but it's not Lionsgate and it's not A24. But this is a nice edition. It's the whole season has Has-Been Hotel. It's separated. It's a really nice set. It came with the poster, which I do have on my wall. I think you can see it back there actually. But it also has this art card of the V's. But what's nice about it is you got interior artwork. It's a nice clear case, and this has 4 episodes on it. Disc 1, and then disc 2 has 4 episodes. So the season is 8 episodes, so it's separated very nicely and very evenly on these discs, and it just looks nice. It does have like episode commentaries and the special features too. Very cool, because this is a streaming show on Amazon Prime. It's kind of not one of those that you'd like, oh, this is going to get a physical, but this did. And hopefully, if this sells well enough, they'll release other seasons of the show. Season 2 ended a while ago, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that's a great release. Men, this is a very interesting Alex Garland movie. I like this movie. Alex Garland is a cool director. Bo Burnham, 8th grade. Man, I remember when this movie came out, and I didn't see it in the theater, but I remember people talking about Bo Burnham in this movie, and how he was going to be a cool director, and he only did one movie. I mean, he did, specials on Netflix and stuff, but he is such a unique talent, and he's just kind of disappeared. And I clearly he deals with a lot of stress and anxiety and personal stuff, so I get it. But this is a great movie, and I thought it was very, a very unique take on like being in 8th grade. Though this movie is so centered around this young girl and her experiences in 8th grade and middle school. And I think what's funny about that is when you realize this movie's directed by a dude, it does mean so. It does. If this movie feels like it's very connected with the female experience, being that age, but then it's kind of not because it's directed by a dude. So I don't know. It's a weird, interesting thing. Um, I think though the movie really works and it's a great movie. So come on, come on. This is a really great Joaquin Phoenix movie where he's just kind of some black and white and he's just kind of hanging around with his nephew, and it's a very sweet movie. So there's that. Um, Dream Scenario. This is a fantastic Nicolas Cage movie. This is so good. This movie is essentially the concept of this movie is you got Nicolas Cage who's playing this guy who's a writer, and all of a sudden people start seeing them in their dreams, and there's not really a reason why. Nobody knows what's going on, and then it turns into like a thing about cancel culture, and there's all these different interesting commentaries within it, and it's very brilliant. Very funny movie, very somber movie. If you really read into some of the subtext, it's very good though. So, First Cow. This is a really charming. Actually, not charming. I don't know. This is a pretty good movie. It's been a long time since I watched this movie. Kind of barely even remember what that one's about. I was thinking of a different movie when I see the word charming, and then I was like, oh, this is one I haven't seen in a while. I need to revisit that. You know. Minari. This is a great emotional movie about this family that and their farm and all that stuff, and some of the trials and tribulations that they deal with. And it's a very sweet Korean movie. The Whale with Brendan Fraser, which is a great David Aronofsky movie. Very emotional, great performance. Kind of put Brendan Fraser back on the map, obviously. So, not one I'm rewatching too often, though I've seen that movie multiple times, oddly. Priscilla. This is a very interesting look at Priscilla, Elvis's wife, of course. Sofia Coppola does great work, and that's a great movie. Talk to Me. This is a really great horror movie. They were supposed to do a sequel to this, and then just, I don't know. It's not happening now or something. I don't know. I was hoping it would, but we'll see. Iron Claw. These are all the ones that don't have slipcovers now. Some of these I don't think came with the slipcover. Anyways, Iron Claw is a great drama. Not Zachary Levi. What's his name? It's on the back here. What is his name? Zac Efron. All right, he's great in this movie, and it's a very emotional movie. If you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend that. Beau is Afraid. This is a 3-hour movie about a dude that has mommy issues. If that sounds like your thing, great. I'm not even joking. That's what the movie is. So, what is this? It Comes at Night. This is a pretty good horror movie. So, Ex Machina, great Alex Garland movie. This one's the 4K too. So, Hereditary. I need to get the 4K of this, but also I'm like, don't know how much a 4K would actually do anything for it. So it's a great Ari Aster movie though. Love Ari Aster. The Witch. Great movie. Kevin Smith movie here, Tusk. What a fucking insane movie. And the last one I don't have on my normal A24 titles just because this is a really big edition and I have to put it with my books. And this is one thing I like about A24 doing their own titles is I think these editions that I showed you at the beginning of the video are nice, but I do miss the slip covers because when they choose to do stuff like this is crazy. This is a Midsummer director's cut, but it's in the size of an actual book, and there ain't no way to put this in the shelf. All right, let me try to figure out where I can I'm trying to find a page where I can show you things in it, because there's some stuff in this book I can't show you. No, I can't show you that. Fuck, I can't show you the artwork in here. Oh, yep. Okay. I guess I can show you this page. Like, that's cool. A lot of this say it's not safe for YouTube. But there's the Blu-ray disc in here. So it's a nice edition. It's, I don't know. I do feel like, though, look at the way those pages are held in there. Ooh, that's not great. But this has the director's cut, which is much better, by the way. I do really like the director's cut. But some are better than the theatrical. Great. Modern. I feel like this is a modern horror classic. But yeah, I do hate that this has to be here. And I'm any larger A24 editions, I'm kind of dreading buying for that reason, because I like this. I like this. I want this. You know? You got some of my Criterions mixed in there because it's overflow from that shelf, but still looks great. And yeah, hoping to continue to collect those. But yeah, it's a whole thing.